Joseph! I'm so
Hey,
excited you're here. What's on my heart is the climate of America right now and the business of fashion. You are one of my most outspoken friends. I have two of them. You are one of them. Okay.
thank you.
When Neiman Marcus filed bankruptcy, that's when a lot of the stores that I am currently carried in followed suit. So they didn't file bankruptcy, but they shut their doors due to COVID. And
Okay.
I didn't know how to respond because I'm like, I don't want to make hand sanitizer, but I know I need to. You were one of the first people that pivoted. So explain how and why.
Okay. Yeah. Well, I mean, most of my business, at least my wholesale business, my perfume business, is in Europe, right? And so they've been already getting kind of creamed by COVID and their own quarantine, and all these orders started was stopped basically coming in. So I watched the perfume market just kind of collapse starting from November, and it's like the dominoes just falling and just being like, oh shit, this is
Mm-hmm.
not good. It was like a tidal wave coming. The point is, I had time on my hands, and so this whole COVID thing kind of came along. My wife and I just noticed we couldn't get sanitizer anywhere. We're firstly in Manhattan, where we live. I was like, wait a second, I have all of this. I have like gallons of perfumer alcohol. It's 99%. It's 99% pure. It's ethanol made from sugar cane, and it's in my factory. So we wound up just doing a mint and tea tree, a very simple, like sanitizing, sort of stuff.
What did you make of the department stores filing and having to restructure for bankruptcy? Because recently, in the month of March, I got picked up by Macy's. You know that already.
Yeah.
Yes. And
Congrats.
so
That's a big deal.
I know. I'm like patting myself on the back. Okay, Neiman Marcus is like the kingpin, right? Like we all want to be there. That's like you have definitely made it. And
Traditionally.
so, right, everything I worked for is now becoming history, and now they don't want to
Oh,
work
no,
with
no, 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 no. But we're just at a transition. We all knew retail was like collapsing in slow motion.
I
You
do
know,
not ever want to admit that.
I know,
I'm
but
in
that's
denial.
unfortunately the reality. I don't want to admit it too. And like, remember, I had a very, very influential boutique for 15 years.
Tell me about that. You had a shop in Manhattan, right?
Yeah, in Soho. It started out on the Lower East Side. I opened it in 1999 in response to this like wide gaping hole for like very cutting edge fashion in New York. My store was called Seven New York, by the way.
What were you saying about what we knew was happening about fashion?
Sorry, I got derailed there. So yeah, the market is not disappearing. Okay, it's just changing form. So no, the wholesale model is collapsing. That's what's falling apart. The demand is still there. It's just a shift now. You and I both have to change over to a B2C model, direct to consumer. That's it. We're putting like pretty much 90% emphasis on B2C because what was happening the last few years anyway, leading up to COVID, all my distributors one by one are going out of business, because they can't figure out how to digitally market. Here was the problem in perfumery, okay? They all suddenly thought that they're hot shit, and demanding basically markups, coefficient markups of like
Yes.
5.0, and
Mm-hmm.
some as high as 6.0. And it's
Yeah.
are you kidding me?
I've paid that before.
Yeah, so I'm going to explain to your viewers really fast what that means. So if the product costs $100 at retail, and it's a coefficient of 5.0, that means the distributor pays you only $20. So if your costs are 10, that means out of the $100, you get $10 as gross profit. That's it. But retail, more or less, is about visibility from my perspective, and it's really more about really mastering digital marketing right now. In this climate of craziness, like you want to wear perfume because
Yeah.
you makes you feel beautiful, and
Yeah.
it's a bit of there's an escapism and a magic in that.
So what about like perfume right now? Because we both have a product you have to smell, and we are being forced to take something that really should be sold in person on to digital. So
Yeah.
how do you become successful digitally with the product that you have to smell?
It's about stirring emotion first and foremost in the customer, right?
Yeah.
So what they see has got to be a showstopper. I will say this. I will say that I think the fashion industry has totally choked on its own vomit.
Yeah.
It died by choking on its own
Who
vomit.
did it? H&M, Forever 21? Who?
No, just it all at once. I mean, firstly, there's just simply too much stuff, and too much stuff that no one wants.
So thank you so much, Joseph, for coming on here and giving all the gems that you dropped. And what would you say to people who, have a business idea right now? What would you say to encourage them right now?
Just don't focus on the wholesale model anymore. You really got to master direct to market, and that marketing, like straight up, you have to. It's do or die, because the department stores are just gone. So, you don't need them. It doesn't matter. Listen, no, forget it, because it doesn't matter, because the demand is still there. All the people that want to buy perfume are still there. They're just not going to the department store. So just get your message in front of their eyes, and then you remarket to them. And you'll have a sustainable business right there.